What is up, boys? Welcome in. How are we doing? Hope you're all well. Oh, apologies for the late stream. I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to make it on stream this evening, but I got swayed by... I watched the Revs video about AC Evo, and obviously I watched Jimmy's one the other day as well. And as I've got a video that should be out for members tomorrow and then generally Sunday about AC Evo and my thoughts on the tyres, and I thought it's probably best I do a little bit of just give it another go, you know, just give it another check. So we're just gonna piss around this. Warning: I am quite tired tonight, so it's not be the longest of streams. It's been a long ass week for me. So yeah, we're just gonna piss around with it. We're mostly going to do Academy stuff, like the time trial licenses thing that totally wasn't stolen from Gran Turismo, because I feel like that's going to give me the broadest range of different cars to see if it's the tire model I don't like, or if it's just what we ended up being in the other day. I just didn't go with, you know. So welcome in, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone has had a good day, good week, going towards a good weekend. Welcome Kenley, welcome Groucho, welcome Cool, welcome OSW. How are we all? Have I not updated that on Twitch? Bear with. That sounds about like something I would forget. Bear with. Hold the line, caller. Stream info. It does in fact say enemy. Yes, that would be correct. Okay, let's just quickly, that is assetto Corsa Evo. There we go. Done. Fixed. Oh. Sorted. Souted. No dramas. Oh god, no, my desktop. You've seen my desktop. Oh no. Right, Academy. Shall we? I think it's probably going to be the best one. Sure, let's go with that. So yeah, obviously we streamed Evo. Ah, god, no, not my desktop again. Go away. We streamed Evo what? Well, earlier this week, wasn't it? Like launch day, something like that, or day after launch. And wasn't a massive fan of the tire model, must be said. Not terrible, but definitely lacking some form of feel, in my opinion. A lot of suspension feel in the force feedback, but not much by way of tyre feel. But a few videos have come out basically having the complete opposite opinion to me. So due diligence and all that, just to make myself not look like an absolute peen-arse on the internet. Welcome, Andrew. How you doing? So we're going to be doing the licenses, because this should get me through into lots of different vehicles pretty quickly. And we can have a feel about if it's the tyres I'm struggling with, or if it's just those specific cars not modelled particularly well. I'd be surprised because it's the MX-5 at the Caterham, but we'll have a look. So, okay, none of these really tell me what I'm going to want to know about that, do they? Interesting. That's all I want to get to, but don't know if we'll get that far today. Jesus, H wept. There's a lot of these, isn't there? Alright, well, we're starting sports car. I don't quite know how a RS3 is a sports car, but that's by the by. That is by the by. Oh dear. I'm pretty sure Game Body's going to have to come way the F down. I did last time, so let's just preempt that a little bit. Somewhere like that, I believe we were at last time. Oh, it's not. Okay, at least it's not an RS3, it's just an S3. Okay, that's fine. A to B challenge. So this is totally not just a clone of the Gran Turismo licenses challenging at all. I don't know what you're talking about. You're chatting shit, mate. What the fuck even know? Totally unique. Don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, hey Grasher, mate. How you doing? Ooh. Right. So basically, right. quick, check all the old digits because they try to rip them from my hands. That was incredibly scary. Oh god. Where's this going? Oh shit. Let's try that again. Restart session. So I got a bit spooked by the fact it almost ripped my fucking thumbs off my hands. I'm kinda... No, okay, right, it didn't do it till that time, that's fine. Fuck me, that was scary the first time. Jesus H. Christ. Right, what do we get? We need to find half a second to get 3-star. So we try and 3-star these as we go. And this is just, I want to try and get in as many different cars as I can as quickly as possible doing this. But in a relatively, like, contained environment. I thought that was crabbing then. It's all really weird. Okay. Game, if we're gonna be if we're gonna freeze and then send my force feedback haywire. No. We're not gonna be doing that. I'd quite like these things to stay attached to this thing. Fuck me. Right. Let's try that again. I'm like legit scared. Like if it has a stutter, it just cranks the force feedback to 100%. At the moment, race room is generally where I enjoy the most. Alright, we've gone off track, but never mind. Hey, well, how you doing? We've got 310. I've had another 310s there. Let's try that again. Oh dear. was I wrong about it? My first impressions were wrong, even though you don't know what they were. Well, considering the game's tried to rip my thumbs off my hands twice in about 3 attempts, I might lean back to my original one. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm legit scared about driving this game right now. Still quicker than we did last time, though. Still got 3 tests to find a 3-star this thing. Yeah, there's the force feedback being something else, but when you're running a 25 Nm wheel and it just goes 100%, you kind of don't want it to do that, regardless. Is it just lagging the fuck out? Is that the problem? Is the stream lagging while I'm driving? Are these licenses just broken again? Because the reason I didn't do it before is we tried to stream them and it just broke the stream. Another couple of attempts. I'm not getting any log to drop frames with OBS. I'm not saying you're lying, but YouTube says settings are fine. Twitch say they're fine, but again, it could still be stuttering the fuck out while I'm driving. Yeah, I think when it's dropping is when my it tries to like rip my hands out of it. So the reason I never did these before was because it used to kill the stream when I started doing it. So I'm wondering if that issue still exists. For some reason, these tests are just more demanding for whatever reason. Oh my god, there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason as to whatever speed I fucking arrive at that corner. Alright, that's probably the scruffiest I've done that, but apparently it's the quickest, so we'll take it. We've 3-starred it, so sure. Right, we can get out of that one. Yeah, the optimization kind of sucks. You're not wrong with that. Right, L10s. Let's try this one. But basically, the reason I'm doing the licenses right now is it gives me a lot of chances to try lots of different cars. Basically, my main issue we had on the launch stream was similar to the things that Gamer Muscle raised. Was I've just got I can't feel the tyres. Like there's a good feeling of weight on like weight transfer is very nice through the force feedback. There's very little feel to where the grip actually is, and it's very difficult to get the cars actually into an angular slip and hold them. I found, like, I can see the rev count was lagging there for a minute. That made me worried because that might have been an indication I'm about to lose my thumbs. Well, I tried them in the MX5 and I tried them in the Caterer. Both are like very tyre dependent cars, and neither of them felt particularly amazing. If I'm being honest, the MX5 was very tail happy for an MX5. What do we get? 2-star again. We need to find a second, which we can find through certies. That's fine. Yeah, I mean it's an improvement. Don't get me wrong. The tyres don't feel like as bad as they did before, but they still are. I think the limiting factor is front end is grip. Like there's no feeling of that wheel spin that we had setting off there at all. Absolutely none. I don't think that's going to count because we've got track limits. I don't know. We'll carry on. Okay, second is basically useless. We don't want second. If this is going to be really choppy with the stream, we'll bounce out and just do some standard racing. Because I don't particularly want to have to deal with this with really choppy streams. A little bit more time, please. If we stay in third, we should probably get that. I've got no filters, like no in-game filters. I've got a little bit on the wheel. Fucking no. Okay, I'm not doing that. That's fucking unacceptable. That is fucking unacceptable that it does that. Absolutely no fucking reason. Fucking unacceptable that a stutter causes your force feedback to do that. Fucking unacceptable. No fucking reason at all. Right. Yeah, like the game glitches and it just throws the force feedback to 100% and tries to... That's 3 times that's done that in 10 minutes. And no, that's fucking unacceptable. Right, let's just go and fucking drive some random shit. Drive a single player. Fuck, I don't know. Should we do some bridge to gantry shit? Tourist farm, there we go. In something else. Can I have all of the cars, please? Thank you. What do I want to do bridge to gantry in? See, the problem I have with this game is I'm not massively fussed about road cars right now. Because road tyres are road tyres. I kind of want to try race tyres. So we'll do the F40 because everyone seems to do bridge to gantry in the F40. We'll see what that's like. We'll give that a go. Give me Marlborough. Hey Necro, how you doing, mate? Slightly perturbed because I've nearly had my thumbs ripped from my hands 3 times already in this game. So we're a bit on edge right now. Just wait that a bit longer, just for reasons. Oh, I'll do better than that. I'll make it a short and tag them in it. That'll do much more than any bug report ever will. Basically, whenever the game has a stutter, the force feedback just goes 100% in whatever direction the wheels are going at maximum torque, which for me is 25 Newton meters. Otherwise known as very, very easy to break bone. So bear with, the stream's going to get choppy while we actually load because, you know, who needs optimization? Are we coming back out of choppiness now? Maybe a little bit. Back now. Hey, there we go. Right, okay, cool. Love the optimization of it going as it tries to load. You know, I've got a really underpowered PC with a 5800X 3D and a 5070 Ti. So I'm really glad that it absolutely nukes everything while it's trying to load a map. It's really good. It was buffering a lot there because we were loading the Nordschleifer, or loading anything. Whenever you load into anything in this game, it just basically just and just nukes the fucking PC, basically. So much so that YouTube still hasn't actually recovered. Have we recovered on YouTube now? We've still got the big yellow bar of shame. Oh no, big yellow bar of shame is gone. Okay, cool, fine. Right. F40 at tourist thingy. I need to change my seating position and get rid of the fucking wheel. Right. I hate the fact you have to do this in every car as well. This is really, really asinine. Please let me just hide the wheel in general. That one, I want to pitch it down a little bit. And I want to start licking the windscreen a little bit. Maybe up a scooch. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, maybe true. Maybe they're trying to channel their inner LMU and just overcooked it a little bit. Hey JPS, mate. Yeah, not the stream's not jumped off to a great start. Oh, fuck you and pit limiter. Go away. Barrier, thank you. Yeah, we've almost lost our thumbs a couple of times in this game so far, so we're a bit on edge. Car is terrifying. Okay, well that sounds interesting. Let's see how quick it is I run out of skill. Okay, so it does actually time you bridge to gantry. That's cool. I can see a lot of... Oh god, yeah, that was screwy. Alright, doesn't love... Okay, that's... Yeah, we've had a couple of starters try and do the licenses, and basically when this game stutters, it gives you 100% force feedback in whatever direction you were stuttering in, and at 100% at peak Newton-meter force, which has almost separated my thumbs from my hands a couple of times to stream already. We got the flappy bonnet. Let's see. Okay. Barrier, thank you. Good boys. It's yeah, basically, it's just what PSI am I hitting with brakes to the lock? I feel like I was using a lot tomorrow. So that's a nice one. Okay. A turbo. Yeah, it's. I think part of the issue with this car is I'm still getting the complete lack of feel of what the actual tyre underneath me is doing. I can feel what the suspension is doing very clearly. I can feel the load and compression and the weight transfer, front, rear, left, right, all that sort of stuff. Fucked if I can feel what the actual tyres are doing though. Yeah, I mean, the tyres being cold shouldn't mean I don't feel what they're doing. It just means they should be, like, cold tyres on like a switch, right? When you go out and drive your car on a cold, frosty morning, you don't turn the steering wheel and nothing happens, unless you're on black ice, do you, right? Tyres still function fundamentally at cold temperatures. They just don't function optimally. There's this big fucking misnomer at the moment where cold tyres are like, oh, it's like driving on sheets of ice. It really isn't. Granted, these are slicks, but they should be muddy, they should feel wallowy, they should feel rolly, a little bit unresponsive, but they shouldn't feel off. Like, I should be able to lean on them, but I shouldn't have to be, like, they shouldn't just give up on me. Like, cold tyres have got this weird thing at the moment where, oh yeah, no, yeah, but cold tyres. Like, that's not how tyres function. They'll feel like that if you're on the limit, but I'm not pushing it. I'm struggling to keep hold of the car. Granted, there's probably a number of different reasons, one of which being a fucking skill issue, not front and centre. I'm not saying that I'm immune to that sort of stuff, but you know, stonking great 1980s turbo with skill issue, plus cold tyres could be an issue. But I mean, the cold tyres in this aren't as bad as they are in, say, LMU. They're a bit of a joke in LMU with how off cold tyres are compared to moderately temperatured one. Even iRacing's got slightly better cold tyre physics now than LMU does, which is a bit weird. But yeah, this misnomer of cold tyres are like driving on sheets of ice is just wrong. Like, you got to be careful with them, yeah, and maybe you got to be careful because you don't overwork them and scrub the surface of it too much, because then you just end up taking away a lot of the good tyre very early on. You got to let the molecules stretch out so you don't end up ripping the tyre to shreds. Yep, fuck me. Yeah, they are different to road tyres, but fundamentally they are still like they shouldn't be. They're not off. They shouldn't be on like sheets of ice. They should be less responsive. They should be muddy. They should be. You should be able to feel more roll as the tyre expands and sort of grips up and stuff as the rubber stretches out and actually starts, you know, like gripping the road. But they shouldn't be like driving on black ice like they are in some sims. And to be fair, the COD tyres in this aren't too bad. Most of the issue I'm having is just skill related. So the enemy tyre model hasn't really changed much in 1.2 other than like flash hitting the surface of the tyre. So yeah, the LMU's tyre model is. It feels like they've basically given you a widened working temperature in terms of how much you can push the tyre. You can get on the tyre a bit more and hustle it a bit more. And you seem to be able to be rewarded a bit more with that now, and you don't get as reprimanded if you go over the limit of peak grip. It will give you a moment to go, are you sure about that, and sort of gather itself before it tries to kill you, you know? And yeah, you probably like older tyres do drive differently from modern tyres. As I say, I'm not complaining that the tyres in this are cold and I like driving on ice. The main reason I'm losing it is because I'm not used to driving a 1980s Ferrari with a switch for a turbocharger. It's nothing, £1 million of boost. That's the bit that keeps catching me out. And as you can see, as I'm driving it more, knowing where the boost comes in a lot more in the rev range, I can actually keep it a bit more under control, you know? Not perfect, clearly, but... Nah, where's the fun in that, mate? We'll just go full ham. We've got to learn it properly, right? Yeah, the turbo is the beast in this thing. It's very much a fucking switch. It's like nothing, lag. Enough power to start a motor. It's just like, oh, okay. Along with not the greatest of front end setups, this thing it's very responsive at sort of slow to medium speeds and not very responsive at medium to high speeds. It's very... It was a fairly... It was a bit more understeering the faster you get, basically. The steering becomes less and less direct as the speed increases. Which again, learning curve. And also, you know, giant helmet trying to control a rocket ship. Yeah, come on. But, pleased to say, we haven't nearly lost our thumbs in this race, so that's good. What's our bridge to gantry? Oh, a solid 7 minutes 40. 7:41, beautiful. Right, now I've got to slow down here because we've got to come off anyway. Because I watched a Yaki short here and he forgot that this is Tourist Farm. Go through everyone and then we go back through the barrier. I just literally just jump straight out. Yes, we can. Cool, lovely. Boost. Right, we've got 7:41 to beat. I kind of know how to drive this car a little bit more. I know roughly where the locking points are and roughly when the boost is going to kick in. apologies, I can't really pay much attention to chat driving this car on this track specifically. No, I'm going to short shift that one because I played this game before at that corner. No, stop. There is very little feeling when it comes to like road surface tyre texture. Yes, mate, this is the F40. This thing is a bit of a killer, must be said. Like the main thing that's coming through force feedback right now is just suspension load. Like when I'm in a slide, I'm not getting a lot of feedback through the wheel about it. I'm having to try and catch it visually, which is why it's always sort of like a day late and a dollar short when it does go, because there's no real warning to it. Getting real fed up of that. Real fucking fed up of that. It's just mate, it's just not fucking acceptable. Coming down there, coming through, we have a starter coming through Foxhole, coming up the hill, where literally the car is maximum loaded with suspension compression, so the force feedback is giving me as much as I can. I'm desperately trying to hold on to it, and then we have a stutter. I take a second to realise we have a stutter, let go of the fucking wheel before it wrenches my hands. Like, that's just like, it's not on. Yeah, I'm starting legit to get worried about playing this game right now, because it's tried to physically harm me multiple times this stream already. Right, it's scary. Like it's legit scary. Like I've got an R25. I've got one of the stronger wheelbases on the market, and it's just, you know, it has a glitch, and it just whacks the force feedback up 100%, and you just kind of have to pay attention to it, because if it does it, and you're holding onto the fucking wheel, that's all she wrote. Okay, yeah. Bloody turbo. Right, let's go back to pit lane, as we've done that. Oh, no, I have headroom. The wheelbase is running at 50%, but this thing is not... It's maxing the torque on it. Like, in Moza, my force feedback setting is set at 50%. And I can tell you now, it's putting out more than what would be 12.5 Newton meters of force through the wheel. So, like, it might not be the full 25 Newton meters, but it's definitely stronger than what it should be, let's put it that way. I mean, it might be the 12.5 Newton meters, but I had a 12Nm base before this, and I've had that run at 100%, and it didn't feel that bad. I do own a round wheel, but I haven't got all the buttons mapped on the round wheel, and I really can't be fucked to go through and remap them all because it's just a faff. Because they haven't got alternate mappings for buttons. And to be honest, the round wheel is actually worse because you have less overall grip on the wheel. So if I had the round wheel on and it bit, I'm only holding on like that rather than with my thumbs like a claw grip. So at least with this, I have a bit more control over it. If it's the round wheel, that is more likely to actually, for it to slip out of my hand, spin round and smack me at the top of my thumb with the middle of the 3-spoke. Oh, turbo. So... Oh yeah, I mean in pit house I'd never run the R25 at 100% in house anyway. It's like it's 2 times more than I'd ever need. It's getting me on. Like I'm having to try. I'm listening for any weird audio artifacts. Oh god, stop please. I think I'm running this turbo at 70% as well, doesn't it? There's the big 70% thing underneath the speedo. I assume that's where the turbo limiter is set. What do I call it? Is that for me again? Thank you. So what did Jamble get on here? Like 650 with this car, did he? I'm sure after a number of laps with this. Well, if I can get through and my thumb survive, we'll see what we can do. It was also using a H-pad as well. There, so we don't lose too much. So I'm not paying much attention to chat. This is taking a lot of brain power. Ow! Ow, ow, ow. That's fine. As we all know, I'm a man of a smooth brain, so a very limited brain power. To be honest, it's scaring the absolute shit out of me right now. Not the car, the actual game, because if it stutters, it's throwing 100% force feedback data through my wheel and trying to break my fucking thumbs, which has got me very much on edge. Oh, no, never mind. That'll be that stonking great turbo kicking in again. No, stop it, 80s turbo. Stop. this is a very, very nice version of the Nürburgring. That's to be expected, you know. It's just a very, very nice place to be. Just like atmospherically, the colour palette, the textures, the detail on the track, everything. It's just a very, very nice place to be. But as they've pitched a large amount of this game's appeal based around this track and the surrounding area, you would kind of expect it, I guess. Got a weird spike then. The force feedback did something weird. After I landed it, then just like through 100%. Just wrenched the wheel from my hands. That was a bit weird. I'm starting to not trust anything right now. Right, let's make sure I'm not being a fucking idiot. Wait, what? What are you saying? Why did that just put me halfway back to fucking Narnia? No. Put that back to where I was, please. There we go. Apply back. Settings. I'm pretty sure I've got this set to like 30% force feedback. So we're running at 40% in-game force feedback, and we're running at 50% base. So that is what? 40% of 50% is 20%. They need to do like I'm running at effectively 20% force feedback scaling on this. So that is what? 7 newton meters, 6 newton meters of 2.5. Yeah, 5 newton meters, like 5 to 6 newton meters of effective force feedback. Is it just because they expect you to run all of this fucking dampery shit? Is it tuned to expect having this in it? Is that why I'm having so many big fucking peaks? Because I don't want to run any of this shit. I don't want to run damper. I don't want to run filters. I want to feel what the actual fucking game is doing. They're all at 50%. I mean, the gamepad anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've lost all confidence in this game right now, and it not actually caused me some serious injury right now. But I mean, that's just, you shouldn't. I don't know. Something I'm gonna have to look into, but yeah, I'm not. It could again be a Nürburgring thing. I had a specific thing with Forza at Nürburgring. The track undulations were sending so much peak force feedback through that I had to completely change the force feedback settings just to do that one track. So, like, I don't know. Right? Okay, I'm not doing that again. No. But I mean, you shouldn't have to run like. You shouldn't have to run like. Why should I have to run dampening? Like, why are you telling like, oh, we've generated this force feedback. By the way, you need to nuke it down a little bit to smooth it out because it's a bit lumpy. I'm like, why the fuck have you released it then? It's just like, if they expect you to run dampening, why the fuck have they even released it? Why didn't they just tune it down? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, what's my pit house settings? Sorry for the flashbang. So yeah, 50% base settings. I think I'm running minimal to any filters on here as well. Doesn't make any difference, does it? Dead zone limitation. Yeah, natural damping 10%, natural friction 10%, inertia. And this is just general across most sims. This gives me a relatively nice out-of-the-box setting. You can't see because my mush is in the way. This is the only thing I'm sort of running in terms of filtering. And this takes away some of the really, really harsh stuff in like iRacing and stuff. Like, if I wanted to do front-wheel drive stuff, it does need more dampening to actually work. But yeah, I've had that 90, yeah, where the server lags and you go as the force feedback kicks in. So it's, I don't know. I don't know enough to know what's going on with it, but something's not right. That's all I do know. The last time I fired up League of Legends, fuck me, I don't know, mate. Last time I played, probably when I did some TFT, about last time. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to. It's just, like, it's fucking dangerous. Well, I mean, I've come to say that, well, my original, was my original take on AC Evo wrong? Like, well, yeah. Because the only problem I had with it first was because I thought the tyres had like little to no feedback on them, and like, it makes it very difficult to figure out what you're doing. And now I'm worried about having my own fucking my thumbs ripped from my fucking hands. But I mean, I know what the response to me is. Like, well, why aren't you running it with any dampeners? Like, because I want to know what the actual true force feedback is. I want to know, like, if I'm running dampening, why don't I just I'll race in oven gloves? Like, why would fixing it with dampening work? Like, why didn't you just not make it so fucking peaky? Like. Yeah, that would be an interesting conversation. Yeah, but sorry, I can't drive to work today. Why? I was shattered my wrist driving a fake Ferrari around a fake racetrack. I'm up in the face on my computer last night. It's a green stick fracture, so I'm gonna be out for 6 weeks. I'll catch it. I'll catch it in February. That's an interesting conversation. Right. There's one thing I want to test before I go, and I'm going to do it at Brad's Hatch, where there's little to no chance that I'm going to get killed from it. The indie vehicles. I want to try his Caterham again, because I was watching Jimmy drift the NSX around places, and this thing should drift without even really fucking trying, to be honest. And I could not get it to sit nicely in an angular slip last time we did it. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I mean, I can already feel like I've tweaked my elbow. Oh god, I'm loading something, so the stream has looped itself again. Right, are we good? We're back? We're Gucci? We loaded? I think we're back. Right. Oh dear. So track is green, so there should be the least amount of rubber grip in it, which means we should be able to instigate a slide pretty easily, right? Track map. Ooh. Wow. Detailed. Cool. change my view of this a little bit as well. I want to go upward a little bit. That's a bit better. And then we want the pitch down a little bit, and then I want to go that way a little bit. It's a bit weird being on the right side of the car for once. Right. That way. That, more likely that was just a skill issue. But I mean, I shouldn't need to scan it. It's a Caterham. I shouldn't need to scanny flick it. I should just need to put my foot down and it want to step out on me. But drifting isn't my forte, but I usually can like hold power slides reasonably okay. I'm just putting this down to a learning curve because I haven't quite figured out how to. Because these things you generally steer with the rear wheels anyway. You generally just pitch the nose in like that, and then you modulate the throttle. Or you just drive into the grass like I do. Yeah. I mean, the car, like, before it didn't seem like it wanted to stay in slip. Now it seems to... It doesn't want to break away there, which is weird. It's all got stuck in understeer, which is not what I'd expect from a Caterham. That's a little bit better. This is what I might need the round wheel for. But I mean, these things are should be relatively easy to catch sliding. I don't know, but I'm on road tyres, so if I change from these, I'm just going to get something more grippy, which is not really what I want. All I'm trying to get is like kind of like that, and just a little bit of slip. Because you don't want to drift these cars. You just want to get them on that sort of that little angle of slip where you can just nudge it round with like minimal friction. Because these things have got such low power that you kind of want to just guide them around on the throttle. Yeah, get them loose a little bit. I said a little bit, not a lot. No, okay, we're going back up the hill again. Let's go on that surface road. There we go, thank you. Going backwards in the pit lane, that's right. At the moment, I'm more than willing to admit this is probably a skill issue. But it doesn't seem to sort of want to brake naturally. They get all sort of understeer there. I don't quite know what would be holding understeer, because the physics of the car would be when you want to get it to brake, right? That's a bit better. But there's still not a lot of information coming through from the tyres. Like I say, the main bit I can get is like the suspension loading up, which is the main issue I've had with the force feedback. Like it snapping and trying to break my thumbs is the suspension load. What's this? What's this so fucking far forward? I mean, if anything, a forward one should get. I mean, the rear would get lighter because all the braking efforts go through the front axle, which means the rear then will be over rotating. But it still doesn't seem to want to. It just wants to sit in understeer. Yeah, it doesn't. Like times where you would expect it to, like there, I'm kind of on the edge of the tyre grip, and rather than it breaking away at the rear, it just gets stuck in understeer. Which I don't know the last time I ever heard of car getting stuck in understeer. No, it feels like I say it's like the car's trying to stop itself from braking. Like the first thing you'd expect for, I mean, this is like a featherweight car. The engine's pretty much just behind the front axle, and the only thing sitting over the rear axle is your own arsehole, pretty much. So there's not a lot of weight back here, which it should means when I'm putting my foot as we're going over the crest, the car's going light. The rear should want to brake. Like usually you're trying to keep the rear in check down there, and I'm flat-footed going down Paddock Hill Bend, and it's just not braking on me. I'm like, usually I'm fine to keep cars in a straight line here when you're going over that sort of level of undulation. That time went on the brakes, so we might be able to instigate some rear slip through more rear brake bias now. But it also seems quite difficult to actually catch the car. Yeah, see, it's just. It goes and just sort of carries on going. Yeah, just a shit ton of understeer. Probably as close as we've got to a four-wheel drift so far. Again, there was just we got it going, and then I'm at like full opposite lock, and the car just continues to slip out. I'm fully willing to admit if someone can prove it, then it's just a fucking skill issue and fair play. I'm not the greatest thing to sim racing ever, but this is the Caterham Academy stuff is generally very easy to drive because it's an academy car. Yeah, I mean the problem is it doesn't want to snap on me. Like I'm expecting it to want to snap on me by like mushing the fucking throttle pedal, like stupidly, and it's just like nah. Like it feels really over gripped. Which, considering we're on road tyres, I don't quite know how it can be over gripped. But I'm getting understeer in the fucking front tyres before the rear is letting go at full throttle. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there doesn't seem to be an angle where... Okay, we managed to catch it there. That's the first time I would say we've actually managed to caught a semi-decent slide. There we kind of half caught it, it fizzled out, and then we just got stuck in understeer again. I don't know, something just seems off with the tyre physics. Like, it doesn't seem very intuitive. Yeah, kind of iRacing you there slightly, but also not. It's like iRacing, you just get like stuck over the limit. This is just sort of like it just spins you out completely. Like there's nowhere to catch it. I don't know. Again, I don't know enough to know if I'm just fucking terrible at it. You know, I could just be one bloke complaining about a game he's not very good at, which is entirely possible. But I feel like I've played enough games and I can balance throttle well enough in other games that I should be able to tell the difference in this, and I really can't. And yeah, like Academy Racer, this should be like these Academy Racer things. They've got. Does it give you the full spec breakdown of these? They've got like fucking 100 and something horsepower. No, it doesn't tell you the actual. They got tiny little Ford engines in them. Hey Lars, mate, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, the plan wasn't to stream race. I mean, the plan was to stream probably iRacing this evening, but I didn't have the energy levels to do anything competitive. And then I watched Rev's video on AC Evo, and he said he really liked it, and I'm like, well, when I did it the other day, I didn't really like it that much, so I'm going to go back in and see if there's something I've missed. And all I've had so far is the game try and break my thumbs and just re-cement the fact I don't particularly like the tyre model. So, yeah, it's if anything, it's worsened my opinion of it rather than swinging it around the other way. Hey Josh, mate, how you doing? It's let down by the tyres, to be honest. The content in it is fine. I'm having struggles with the game stuttering and trying to break my thumbs, so that's by the by. What they've added is pretty good. Like the Nürburgring track is fantastic. It's a great track model. Alton Park is a great model. Like the tracks are chef's kiss. They're really, really nice. The cars have added, some of them are cool, some I don't care about. But while the tyres are better, they're still pretty shit. Like there's no real feeling through what the tyres are doing by way of understeer or oversteer, or how to combat stopping it doing that. And the only thing you really feel through the force feedback is suspension load and weight shift, which is like enough to be able to drive quickly, but it's not the easiest thing to figure out what the actual car is doing underneath you. And yeah, we've been having, say, random hitches where it's trying to break my thumbs all evening, so my mood is a bit soured on this game as before I started. So yeah, try the new Tourist Firing. Yeah, we did a couple of laps in the F40 before it tried to rip my thumb off. And the thumb ripping is related to the fact whenever the game freezes, it will then draw 100% force feedback limit in whatever direction the car was loaded up in previously. So if you're loaded up into a left corner, it will throw 100% force feedback to the right and will just swing it back as quickly as possible. So that has had me on edge since that first happened. I mean, it depends if you're sensitive to the time model, basically, mate. It depends how you drive. If you drive by, like, your eyes and you learn, like, controller inputs, I would liken it to, like, it drives more like ACC right now, where you're not driving by feel, you're driving through pattern recognition and repetition first. Ultimately, you need pattern recognition and that sort of stuff to be consistently quick, but I'm generally a much more reactive driver where I would react to what the car is doing. I'm not someone who has the consistency to be able to put the same inputs in at the same point of every track, every lap. So I much prefer a more forgiving time model that allows me to feel what the car is doing and drive around it and play with it. I have more fun doing that. I can learn to do it the other way, like the ACC way, but it's just not very fun. To an extent, yeah, it's not as bad, but it is a bit muscle memory sim right now. Like last stream, we had the M3 at Road Atlanta, and basically it was, every time we went over the top of the crest. So as you come through T1, go over the top, past pit exit, crest, and then you have the little sort of curbed right-hander before it drops down away. I knew every single time, as soon as I go over that curb, I have to give it half a second, throw a little bit of opposite lock in to fight the rear end trying to spin me around. I didn't feel anything was happening, I just knew it was going to happen every single lap. So you could just do that and then carry on your way. So it's leaning more into the ACC handling, force feedback, time model type stuff. It's better than ACC, don't get me wrong, but it is more on that end than it is something like Race Room, where you can drive more reactively and responsively. And yeah, I'm just not the kind of person who wants to sit and do muscle memory. Like, even LMU is very muscle memory simulated when you want to get, when you just sort of Silver 1 plus. The only way to really progress at that point is to be hyper consistent, and you can't really rely on the force feedback to do that much more than you can just monotonously practicing over and over and over and over to get every single input as tightly niched as possible. So it's not a bad update. A lot of people do enjoy it. I'm not a massive fan of it. It's an improvement over what it was, but it's still got a long way to go before it becomes like a finished product. Least of all the fact that whenever you get a stutter, the force feedback goes 100% in the opposite direction, like 100% counter forces, which is just not fucking acceptable. Like, just flat out, just not acceptable. So that's my main gripe with it right now. It's just the force feedback stuff is just, yeah. When you get a frame hitch for like 3-4 seconds, it takes you a minute going, oh, the game's frozen. Hang on a minute. Oh no, I let go of that, and it fucking rips away from you. And it's like, cool. That's a 25 Nm wheelbase there, trying to rip my thumbs out. That's great, lovely. And yeah, all the time it does that, I don't think I can give this game much time of day, just for fear of potential injury, you know. Yeah, I mean, if you're enjoying Race Room, this is a league away from in terms of Race Room, in terms of fit and finish, and in terms of information provided by the force feedback, and just, for me, a fun factor. Like, Race Room is just a lot of fun at the end of the day. Right. Well, it's been a quick stream, but I honestly don't trust this game anymore. There'll be a video coming out for channel members. It should be available tomorrow. I've just got to finish it while I'm at work, which should be easy enough to do. And then it'll be out for everyone on Sunday, which is just basically me complaining about the time model for about 8 minutes. And then I'm working on a Race Room one, which I'm going to record the voiceover for after the stream. That should be out some point next week. And then we'll do an LMU patch 1.2 rundown Final Force thing. and they'll have to try and figure out some more videos to make. So yeah, I think that's... Oh god, wrong button. I want this one first. There we go. Yeah, that's probably going to be that for this evening, guys. Thanks for hanging out. So it's only a quick one. If you could do me a favour, just tick all the like buttons on your way out. That'd be great. Subscribe if you're new here, all that fun stuff. Usually I try and be a bit more upbeat in these streams and try and find some good elements on it. But yeah, this I'm fearful for people who are using this right now, if they're using it on the higher end equipment, and that's the antics that the game's going to throw at you. It's going to cause someone a lot of hurt if they're not careful. So I'm very disappointed in it for that. So yeah, I will be live. I'm going to try and be live on Sunday. I think I've got to watch John Chainer in his last match tomorrow. So I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow, but maybe I sneak one in on Sunday. Wednesday we'll have a daytime stream as well, because I have my work meal on Tuesday. They're going to be Wednesday off, which means I will be sans small human and any other responsibilities, so we can stream most of the day as well. So there'll be an extra bonus stream coming then, as well as the longest goodbye, so I'm just going to end it by saying goodbye.